How's it going, guys? It's Richard, and as promised, I'm bringing you an update to the information on the fight caves. If you don't know, the fight caves got a major nerf in terms of making it harder for us on Thursday the 22nd of November. Previously, I'd released a guide on the Tuesday, like basically as the Evolution of Combat was released, so if you want to check that out, it still has information on like how to take on Jad and things like that. But they basically, instead of doing a balancing job, instead of thinking, okay, how would we actually make it more effective so that it's still a bit of a challenge but not like massively complicated like it currently is, they basically just doubled everything's health. Instead of thinking, oh, actually what's the issue, the issue was pretty much that you caused a little bit too much damage. I'd say they probably should have increased the health by maybe like a third, but they've just doubled everything's health. So for example, the bats that had 1.5k health now have 3k health, and everything takes a hell of a lot longer. There's no like increased damage or anything. I think healing has been doubled. The healing abilities that things like the meleeers and the healers actually come on Jad, basically their healing powers have been doubled from what I can tell. And in general, the whole fight caves is a lot harder. Because of that, you're probably going to have to bring a shield for the healing abilities and whatnot, which slows the whole thing down even more because it means you're not doing as much DPS. And I genuinely think that it was a very poor decision. I'm assuming it's temporary for now. But anyway, that's that covered, so I'm just going to go over what you should do now instead. If you've got Soul Split, I would still only bring two-handers, sorry. I'd just use Soul Split instead. Maybe just bring a Sealed Switch so you can heal instead. But in general, I would say pretty much just stick to how you had it before if you have 92 prayer and you've got the curses unlocked. Now, on top of that, I think you probably are best off to bring a slash weapon switch if you for taking on the rangers. They're weak to slash, so take anything like a chaotic longsword, a whip even, and anything like that will help take it down. And they'll be a lot quicker if you do that than if you're using mage. The mages, probably not that much of an issue. I did actually bring a crystal bow just to see like how effective it would be against them, but in general, I didn't really see it that necessary. I found that I actually did more damage with mage, and that I expect is because my mage level is 99 while my range is only 79. And then if you're not 92 prayer and things like that, then just bring a shield switch for rejuvenate. So bring a wand instead, bring a one-handed sword for when you're taking on the rangers, and in general that additional armor and life point boost will help you last longer in the caves. But if you're taking Soul Split, then take, I'd say, 8 prayer flasks, and then on top of that I reckon you should take, in terms of prayer renewals, 2.5 I would say. I actually ran out of prayer renewals, so I'd say maybe take 3 prayer renew flasks and then just fill the rest with the best food, and you'll probably find that to be more than sufficient. Maybe defense potions if you're finding you're taking a lot of damage. Jad, you pretty much use exactly the same method for Jad as before, but it's probably more important to deal with the healers because they heal twice as much, so they're more of an issue, I'd say, in general. So just watch out for them. And yeah, that's the general information for what's changed in the fight caves. If you want to look at how to take on Jad and whatnot, then I have my previous guide in the description, which was correct as of Tuesday last week and was valid up until Thursday. It's still got all the basic information on taking out Jad, like what you should do with the healers, what to prayer switch to, and actually with testing I found that prayer switching is, as long as you press it before the hit comes, you're fine. It's really forgiving now. It's kind of nice for prayer switching. I still actually get hit once on my most recent attempt, but I still, got through it. Also, one word of advice, I actually did this with a Slayer helm because it had it as a Slayer task, so I had that damage increase, so you might want to take that into consideration. It probably would be harder than that. Now, that's pretty much everything that they've changed in the fight caves, but as I said, I think this is temporary. I expect they will change it to something a bit more suitable in some time, probably along with the release of the Grandmaster TheScapeQuest, which I'm going to assume is probably coming in about a week and a half's time. So that's pretty much all for the information. For those of you that actually want proof that I have indeed done the fight caves since this massive buff that everything got, then this is my adventurers log. And down here, my recent activity, the most recent thing I did was killing the Jad, and that was on the 25th of November, so after they received the massive buff. So that's that's proof that I've actually done it. My previous attempt that was on Tuesday is too long ago, so it's not actually on my recent events, unfortunately. I know I could click the RSS feed, but it would really mess with the recorder. So there we go, that's proof that I have actually managed to do it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm basically just going to leave it to play out the Jad fight at the end, which actually took a lot longer than I expected, so I hope you enjoy.